Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
What a wonderful.
So I know I've been away for a while, but I'm back with the video, and like I promised in the last video, this will be a video where I'll be tier ranking all the famous Booktok boyfriends. And just a warning, these are just my opinions. If you don't agree with them, that's okay. We're all entitled to our opinions. And yeah, let's see how I do. Okay, so for this I'm going to sit down and do it on my laptop, and I'll probably add some screen or whatever, but let's get started. I'm really excited for this, and I'm really scared also because I don't know how everybody will react to my reasons of what I'm going to say, but let's just get with it. And honestly, I can't see myself. I'm looking at the camera and the viewfinder and I can't see it because I'm practically blind. But yes, I think I'll wear my glasses for this. But either way, so I'll explain the categories to you so that it's easier for you to follow. So the first one is the weddings in June, which means that I'm gonna marry this man. This is my favorite fictional character, and I would marry him in real life if he existed. I'll give you my reasons. Some are controversial, but I'll tell you. And the next is That's My Baby, which means we're basically dating. We're seeing where this goes. Marriage is in the cards for us, but not yet. We're just dating, having fun, and we're together. That's all I want to say. Next is I can change him. And I can change him. I can promise you I can change any of these people that I put here. And yeah, I mean, I can change them. That's all. And then the next is I can see why, but nah, like that's just not my deal. I can understand why you would like him, but that's just not my deal. It's not something I would be attracted to. So, and the last is would rather drink acid, because I would rather drink acid than be with any of these guys because they're just horrible men. But that's about it. Starting strong, we have, I think, Shadaman and Leela. I liked their book. I don't like him for multiple reasons, mainly being that he kept her away from Tristan and her family, and as long as she didn't promise him that she was not going to leave him. So it's just manipulation. She was at the most vulnerable and he manipulated her, so that's not my deal. I would not date a man like that, but I understand the appeal, the kind of appeal that people have, that he has, the kind of appeal he has for people, but that's just not my thing. So I'm gonna put it, I can see why, but no, that's not my deal. Next, I think, I'm not wearing glasses, so I think this is Thomas Cresswell, and he's one of my favorite fictional characters. I think he's perfect. I think he has no flaws whatsoever, and I say that about a very few men, but I read his books and I loved him. I couldn't find a single fault except his third book when he was a little jealous. I was like, that could be better. But other than that, I don't think there's anything wrong with him, and I think our wedding is in June. Also, by the way, I've kept it June because that's my birth month, and I love the month of June for multiple reasons you'll see ahead. But anyway, and next we have Alpha and what's her name? Zephyr. So again, I love Zephyr. I loved her book, but Grumpy X Sunshine doesn't do it for me. He has no personality. Where is the personality? Why is the burden of bringing personality only on the Sunshine? Why can't the Grumpy have some personality? And that's why I just feel like that's the trope I don't like. But yeah, I loved Zephyr. By the way, she is one of my favorite Sunshine girls, and I usually don't like Sunshine girls, but I loved her. So I'm gonna put him in I Can See Why, but nah, not for me. Next we have Darius. Toy Darius is one of my favorite, probably top 3 ships ever, but that's because of Toy. Let me figure that out. That's because of Tori, because I love Tori. I love her too much to express in words. But yes, the thing with him is he has his flaws. He has a lot of them, by the way. And I understand them. I can understand him why he does certain things. I can not justify them, but I can understand it. I can rationalize those uh, actions. But again, he needs to change, and I can change him. I can change him. I know I can change him, and that's gonna happen. I'm gonna change him. He's gonna be a better man for me. And next, oh my god, I was dreading this, but also kind of waiting for this, and that's Zade Meadows. And I just don't understand why. Like, this is the easiest thing I've ever had to do. Would rather drink acid, because I don't understand why anybody would want to end up with a rapist, stalker. Like, stalker, I still understand at some point. People like dark romance books are kind of like that, but rapist, where do we draw the line? He did rape Addie. I think we're all um, agreeing to that. Even the author agreed to it. So why would you want to end up with a rapist? Like, doesn't make sense. And if you do like him for things he did, I would rather you seek help in the best way possible, and like with love, honestly, because this is not okay. Like, I'm judgmental and I judge people. Like, I'm okay with you liking the book. Liking the book is completely fine, but justifying what he did because you liked the book is not okay. I can even excuse liking him, but don't justify what he did, because that was not right. And when you start justifying these actions, that's when it becomes dangerous for everybody else as well. So yeah, that was my 2 cents. Just 2 cents. I might make a video on that later about how this entire dark romance thing is getting out of hand, but that's for a later video. Next we have Garrison Abbey. Honestly, I like him. He's like a child to me, more like a brother, younger brother. But I can see why girls like him. How he's, I don't know, I just don't get it. He's like, I see him as a child, so I would not. I can see why other girls would like him, but I can't see myself liking him. So I would put him. I can see why, but no, that's just not gonna happen. Then we have Lance, Orion, whatever you want to call him. I'm gonna put him. I can see why, but no, because honestly, I have an issue with the age gap they have. She's 18, he's 25 or 26. I don't know. And then I just think he's embarrassing. He gives me the vibe that he's gonna drink poison if you don't talk to him, because he did that. And then like have his friends text you like he's dying, talk to him, and like shit like that. I can see him do that, because he did do that in one of the scenes. I remember because Darcy wasn't talking to him, he got himself shocked on an electric chair or something like that, and I was just like, that's icky. Like, I know a lot of people find it hot, but that's icky to me, because I need my space and my time to heal from things. But that's just me. So I can see why girls like him, why people like him, but I personally don't see it, and I just don't want him. Anyway, then we have Thatcher Pearson. I think he's from the Hollow Boys, and I'm gonna put him here. I can see why, but no, I feel like a lot of them are there. I need to like change it up a little. But yeah, I mean, the same reason. I feel like he was too mean to her. I don't understand the girl obsessed trope. Like, I can't relate to it, and I can't enjoy it also, because I would constantly keep thinking, get up girl, get up, like, he's just a man, he's not that important. But because I don't know, it's just something I've moved on from my life, in my life, like obsessing over a man. So I feel like I just don't get it. I don't like it when I see girls doing that. I can understand it, but I don't like it and I don't enjoy it. And then he was too mean to her the entire time. The first book, he's just disregarding her the entire time. Second book, yes, it does get better, but he's still not for me. Like, I just don't get it. I know my best friend, one of my very good friends, really likes him, but no, not for me. Then we have Guy Mori. I can change him. I'll put him in I can change him. He did a lot of things that I did not like, but he's still the sanest person out of the group. So I will put him in I can change him. I think he's the only person. Oh no, I also like Will, but he was seen and then his book kind of got ruined for me for some reason. I don't know. I'll put him here. I think I can change him. If I keep him away from Demon and Michael, it'll all be alright. I can change him. He has a good family, so I'll put him here. Just, I'm not sure. I can change it later maybe, but for now, I think I can change him. He's not that bad a boyfriend, I think, but yeah. Ooh, and we have Tristan Morana. I am gonna get so much hate for this, or like, I don't know why, but I'm so scared for this because Tristan is beloved. I know Tristan is very loved, um, but I can't deal with the man who just doesn't speak. I need to hear you say it. I want to see it. I want to hear it. I wanna, I just wanna feel it also. I want all love languages in a man. I'm not gonna compromise on that. I'm sorry. So he doesn't speak, and I hate just assuming things on my own. I need to be like, just, it's not hard to say I love you, is it? It's not that, like, I understand it's hard, but you have a name tattooed, but you can't say I love you. You can show it, but you can't say it. I want to see it and I want to hear it. That's all I'm gonna say. So I love him. I love Tristan, but he's just not for me. I wouldn't date him. Then we have Jax. I think I'm gonna put Jax in. I can change him because he's very charming. He's very witty. He's quite funny also. But I don't like apples and I don't like the manipulation. So I feel like I can change him. I can definitely change him. He's very, yeah, he's quite, I don't know. He's very flirty. He's very nice. I like flirty men, by the way. Can you tell I'm a Gemini? But yes, he's just something. And in the last book though, I don't count the last book because he was pathetic. He was horrible. He was not my kind of man. I like a man who's a little cocky, because I don't know. I feel like I'm really cocky and I'm really confident in myself, and I just don't need a man who feels pathetic all the time. So no. Last book is not counted, but the first two books, Jax, I can change him. I can mold him into what I want. Exactly what I want, and I'm gonna do it. Anyway, next is Connor. This is a no-brainer, I'm sorry. This is honestly a no-brainer. He has all the 5 love languages. He says exactly what I need to hear. Exactly. Like, it's not even funny how much I relate to Rose's life in general, her life experiences, and how much he says exactly what I wanted to hear. So yeah, that's just, he's gonna be on top. There's nobody that can compete with him, at least not yet. So he's staying on top of everything. Yeah, but anyway, I think this is Rook Sage, and I'm gonna put him in That's My Baby because I love Rook Sage. I feel like they're one of my favorite couples right now, and I relate to Sage a lot, but I love how pathetic Rook is. You know what I mean? When he said, "Can I keep you?" Like, that's just like, it just keeps replaying in my head all the time. And then when he said, when he got to know, it's a spoiler by the way, when he got to know she was engaged, and he just waited for her, and then he's like, "Can you, like, just baby, just say it's not true." Like, he's so much pain. I love when a man is in pain. I love it when he's in pain and he's begging and he's like, that just does it for me for some reason. But yeah, that's my baby. He's gonna be here. I can probably change him, but he wouldn't need a lot of changing. I feel like I would get along pretty well with him. We're kind of similar in ways. But yes, then there's Darlington. He's kind of a demon. I can change him. I would rather, if he weren't a demon, I would put him in That's My Baby, but he is. I need to change him first, and then I can, have him as my boyfriend. So that's definitely, I can change him. All these men I would date, by the way. Just need to mold them into what I like. Exactly what I like. So next is Dante. He's going in That's My Baby. Like, that's a no-brainer. I love a pathetic man. I love it. I love it when he's obsessed. I love it when he's just, and he says everything. He's literally the opposite of Tristan because he says everything, and I just love it when he says all of these things. He's just that guy, and we all know what he does well. So I kind of like that for myself. So I put him in a that's my baby because we're still dating. He's still in the mafia. I don't want to die, so I can maybe change him. Just see where thing goes and where this thing goes, and maybe eventually marry him. But for now, we're dating. We're definitely dating. This is Will and Emily. I can change him. I can change Will. Will is a nice guy. I can change him. Like I said, for Guy also, he needs to be away from what's his name, Michael, and this guy needs to be away from Demon. Um, but otherwise, he's good. I mean, he loved Emily and he was obsessed with Emily. So I get it. I think Emily and Will's book was my favorite for multiple reasons, but because he was like the pathetic man there. So yeah. Then there's Michael and Erica, Rika, but I would rather drink acid than date this guy. Let me explain this series to you if you haven't read it. Bunch of 19-year-old guys who peaked in high school and did some criminal things, illegal things because they had powerful parents, and then they come back every year just to show that we're still the boss of a school when they're not in school because nobody in their college would give them any sort of attention, so they crave it, right? So they kind of make up things in their head. Every book is a new made up thing in their head, and they're just dealing with that. So yeah, I would recommend therapy and maybe jail for them, but yes. Anyway, so yeah, coming back to Michael. Michael is an asshole. You claim that you like this girl since she was a child, which is very weird, by the way. But anyway, you do that, and then you let your friends treat her badly, and then suddenly you get like, oh my god, but I love her. But where were you this entire time when she was being harassed by your friends because of you, because you agreed to it? Next, there is when he got jealous of Kai because Erica told Kai that she was pregnant before Michael because she was scared. Honestly, you were scared. You tell your friends about it because if you're not sure your husband's gonna be happy about it. So she was scared, rightfully so. I love Rika, by the way, and I just don't understand why he got mad. And then when she told him that she was pregnant, he walked out on her because his ego got hurt. A man who keeps his ego above the girl he loves is just an asshole. He's not like he's gonna leave you. He's gonna that just pissed me off in so many ways. I can explain it. I can't explain it, but yeah, it's just too bad that he's. I don't understand why people like him. I can't understand. I would rather drink acid than date a guy like him. Like I've been there on that, and never again. Okay, next, moving on to a happy note, which is Chem Carstairs, and that's my baby. I'm going to put him there because I do love him. I really do love him, and we're dating. We're definitely dating. I just love how soft he is, how kind, how I want to be Jem. I want to be as kind, as understanding, as patient as him because I'm not. But that's just, oh my god, he's just that beautiful from the inside out, and oh my god, he's amazing. He's beautiful, and I'm dating him. We're seeing where it goes. We're definitely getting married if he doesn't die. But yes, we're getting there. For now, he's right here. That's my baby. But yeah, whatever. Next, we have my husband, which is Jace Herondale. Oh my god, you guys don't understand how much I think about Jace, how much I love him, how he makes me feel. I can't explain it. He's just that guy. He's so funny. He's obsessed with Clary, and he's funny. He's kind of pathetic. He's definitely pathetic, and then he's kind of self-hating in a way, which is okay, I guess. I kind of dig that in some way or the other, but not too much. And it's just, I don't know, he's just too good to be true. Like, I love him. I love him. I love him. It's just, yeah, it's just too good to be true. I'm assuming this is, I don't know who that is, so I'm gonna leave that. I think I did twice the Michael Rika thing, but yeah. Then we have Will. I can change him. There's so many things that Will needs to change in himself. First of all, being a literal idiot. Um, you read all of these, like I love him. Just putting a disclaimer out there. I love him. I understand what he went through and everything he did, why he did that. But do you not realize that you read all of these books? You're literally presented to us as a reader, right? That you read, you Tales of Two Cities or whatever. Um, could you not go in the library and get like a shadow hunter book and then read about the demon and then maybe do some more research and like you want to do that, right? I would assume if you think people are dying because of you would want to do that. um, Maybe dig in a little more if you don't find the first time. That would be helpful. At least I would do that, since I love reading and I love researching and I want people around me to be happy. I wouldn't just be cruel to everybody around me because I think in my head that's okay to do that because I'm saving them. I wouldn't treat Sophie so badly. Honestly, I'm not mad about anything else but Sophie. Sophie is very dear to me for multiple reasons. I love her. So when you're mean to Sophie, you mean to me. Like I have a beef with you if you're mean to Sophie. So I have a beef with him and I can change him. I love him. I love Will. I love Jem, Will. I love Erin Greystaff. And it's just, I love him. But I need to change some things about him. Maybe like talk to him about what he did wrong so he can acknowledge he did something wrong. He did acknowledge it in the book. But I need him to, do more. Like find out ways how he can be better. So I can change him, definitely. But yes, next we have, this is Charlie and Nora. So I'm gonna put Charlie in That's My Baby because that's my baby. That's definitely my baby. Yeah, like he's so funny. He's so sexy. He's so kind. He's so understanding. He's so warm. Yeah, it's just it's jolly. Like you can't really, yeah, you can't. Then we have Gus. Like it's just, I'm dating him. I'm gonna marry him, but I'm gonna date. I'm right now I'm dating him, but I'm gonna marry him. He's my favorite Emily Henry man, and nobody can compete with him because he's just that guy. Nobody can compete with him. I don't think she can top him. If she does, I'll probably marry that guy. Yeah, I don't know. He's just that guy. He's so soft. His love language is like, oh my god, I sometimes think about the scene where January is crying and then she's sitting in his lap and he literally kisses away her tears. Like that's just so soft. That's just so soft and that does it for me. And then he's just so kind. He's so he's just Gus, he's just Gus. But yeah. Alex, I can see why, but no, like I don't understand. He's like I never liked him for some reason. Like I like him, he's like a nice guy, but I never liked him. Oh my god, Alex Nilsson, like it wasn't like that for me any possible way. So yes, not for me. Next we have Lauren. That's my baby. Oh no, I can change him. He needs to change first. He needs to be a better person. He needs to stop making fun of Rose. He needs to stop saying certain things. He needs to be a little more sensitive. And I can change him. I can give some empathy to him. He's very empathetic towards Lily for sure, but he needs to be empathetic towards everybody else as well. He's gotten better in LU for sure. He's grown up. But then I don't want to date a 40-year-old man. I want to date the Low from Addicted series. So he needs to learn something. I love him. His growth is amazing in the entire series. I love him. But he still needs to change certain things, which I can teach him. I can change him. Yes. Aaron Warner, I can see why, but no, like I just don't get it. He's fine. He's okay. I was more of a Kenji girl. That's all I'm gonna say. I was more of a Kenji girl, and I like him. I understand why girls like him, but that personally did not appeal to me that much. Like I don't have a reason to dislike him, but I was reading it. It was Kenji who was doing it for me, not him. So I can see why, but not for me. Okay, then we have last three are all the same. Then we have Reich Meadows, and he's going all the Meadows I've seen in fucking Predators, but would rather drink acid. I mean, a groomer, really a guy who can't say a sentence without fuck, really a guy who stares at other girls' boobs, really a guy who calls his future wife to be a girlfriend flat, really who manipulates her, gaslights her entire family. Really, like, it's just not for me. There's so many things I hate about this guy, but I would rather drink acid than date a guy like him. Like, I would kill myself than date a guy like him. Then next we have is Alistair from, I think, Horror Boys, and he's also going in. I would rather drink acid, because why do you keep punching things? Why do you, like, go to therapy, dude? Like, go to therapy. Don't start punching things. He punches like, oh my god, he almost hit Sage. This guy has no control when he's enraged. So I just don't think he's ever gonna be a good boyfriend, because I'm gonna enrage him. Like, honestly, I would make a guy mad. That's like the fun of it. But what if he ends up punching me? Like, if the guy has no restriction, if he a guy who punches things would end up punching you at some point, and I just think that's, go to therapy. Honestly, go to therapy. I would rather drink acid than date you. And I don't think anybody likes him. Nobody likes him. I have not seen a girl be like, oh my god, I love Alistair, because nobody does. He's just that bland, and he thinks he's like some sort of god, but he's just a loser, honestly. Either way, last but not the least, we have Damon, freaking loser, from Devil's Night, a rapist, essayed multiple people, ruined Banks' life in some way or the other. Yes, he kind of saved her too, but then he literally traumatized her in so many ways, and then he just isn't like, I don't see why would you want, like, give me a reason why would you want to end up with a guy. Why do you like a guy who essays you or rapes you or whatever? Like, I just don't understand the point of this. Like, why do you want to make rapists all nice and sweet? No, they're not. They're criminals, and they deserve to go in jail. He should have stayed in jail. He didn't deserve to come out. And yeah, that's what my beef with, like, I love dark romance. You can see I love dark romance. But my beef with the genre is that, why do we have to glorify rapists and be like, okay, yeah, they raped people, and then eventually, but they loved her, and then eventually things got better. He did things for her, so he's like the guy. I just don't understand that. Why do we do that? We can show trauma in different ways. I'm not saying don't show trauma. I think it's important to talk about these things, but why do we have to glorify these rapists? Like, they've made the rapist for a reason. Why do we need to be rape apologists because he's a nice guy later? I don't care if it's fiction. I would want people to Google this thing called illusionary truth effect. Yeah, so it says illusory, it's not illusionary, but illusory truth effect, which is basically when you hear or read or see something that's untrue many times, you kind of think that's true after some point. Like, it just, your brain wires to that, and that's why I feel like when we make rapists in all of these books like some sort of messiah, we kind of, like, I'm not saying it's gonna be like, oh my god, you're gonna say that rapists are nice, but you like, the line kind of blurs to what you say is right and wrong in real life as well. And I'm saying it as a person who's felt that way in her life, and I'm not saying other people can't, restrain themselves. Of course they can, but do you know for sure it's never gonna affect you? Do you know 100% it's not gonna affect anybody else? Why do we need to do that? We can talk about this trauma, this very deep, hurtful thing that we show in these books. We can talk about this in a very respectful manner. We can show dark elements, but we don't need to glorify rapists by making them some sort of hero. That's the only problem I have with dark romance. Other than that, it's good. I love reading dark romance. I love the themes. I love how it goes. But yeah, that's my rant on that. But other than that, I feel like this is done. This is my ranking, and I hope you enjoyed it. I might do another video soon. I'm not sure when, because I'm really busy these days, but I hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna see you next time. Bye bye.